the national flag. You told me that? Okay, now.
Each and every single one of you for being here today. I would like to thank. I would like to thank all of the staff. Almost had a heart attack. Well, y'all ready? All right. I just want to say that it has been a deep honor and profound genius to stand before each and every one of you here today. I would like to thank the staff. I would like to thank the teachers. I would like to thank all the other people of whom are joined with us here today. I would like to thank my friend, life Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. I would like to thank my parents of whom are here today. And I would like to thank each and every one of you here today. And I am always proud and deeply optimistic of the fundamental American principles of life, liberty, and a pursuit of happiness. And it is these Judeo-Christian ideals that presides me before each and every one of you here today. I'm sure many of you here today know who I am, but for those of you who do not, I am from Chicago, Illinois, and I moved here to Central Louisiana just 5 years ago. I am a junior at Avoyles High School, the best high school in this entire country. And after high school, I aspired to attend a top university and earn a PhD in political science, a bachelor's degree in journalism, and a Juris Doctorate in criminal law. After college, I plan to become a college professor of political science, then a prosecuting attorney, and then I will pursue a career in politics. As many of you know, I am the author of The Advancement of Common Humanity, which calls for a new dawn of unity and change in American politics. My second book, The Call of Destiny, A Liberation from Apathy, Shame, and Failure, calls for the profound importance in hard work, strong individualism, traditionalism, and getting the best education. It is a fundamental priority in my own life to achieve as much success as I possibly can and to lead a new generation of Americans into the future. Nothing besides my devout Christian faith is more important than that. If I can stand before each and every one of you here today as an author of not one, but 2 books and a motivational speaker at the age of 17, there is nothing that each and every one of you here today cannot do. That in the United States of America, all things are possible when you put your mind to it and work hard and do the best you can to do what needs to be done at all costs. You can become a college professor, a CEO, a law enforcer, or the President of the United States of America. It was February 28, 2009, at an African American history event when I presented my first ever public speech. From that point on, I was inspired to become a speechwriter and speak to people. And then on September 2nd, 2009, my first book, The Advancement of Common Humanity, was published. From that point, I was inspired to stand before people like you here today and inspire a new generation to seek a new way forward. In July of 2010, I wrote my second book, and on February 10th, 2011, The Call of Destiny was published. I've spoken at schools, churches, and public events, emphasizing the profound importance and inspiration in hard work, self-determination, and successful achievement. And that is exactly why I stand before each and every one of you here today. It is this legacy from which our country was founded 235 years ago. This is the profound genius and being a citizen of the most freest, most prosperous nation in all of history called America. It all began in 1607 when a group of pilgrims landed on the shores of Jamestown in an effort to seek religious freedom. Because this group of individuals decided to stand up and speak out against tyranny and statism. They led the way for a new generation of Americans to seek peace and freedom in a time of hardship and uncertainty. A century and a half later, these men and women fought and won a revolution that changed the course of history and led to the birth of the American Republic. Our founders created a society where all people of all kind are free to choose and do as they please, and a society where the hopes and dreams of all people are possible upon their capacity. It is this simple ideal that has made America not only the greatest, but the most exceptional nation in all of human history. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men and women are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain inalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and a pursuit of happiness. Each of these rights comes not from government or any man-made institution, but from the sacred divinity of the Creator of the universe, meaning that these rights belong to each and every one of us from the time that we are conceived in our mother's wombs to our very last breath of life on earth. It is these God-given rights and liberties upon which our success and happiness comes from. This very simple ideal has made America the greatest place in all of the world. Our system of free enterprise provides the opportunity and incentives to each man and woman to achieve success and wealth like no person could ever imagine. The power of this nation rests not within those in government or any other person, but in each and every one of you here today. We the people. It is you and your efforts, your imaginations, and your intelligence, and your choices is upon which our future stands upon. A society where the ideals of hard work, self-determination, and individual initiative is one where the founding fathers envisioned some 236 years ago. Today, we find ourselves in a very different situation. We meet in a time when the values and ideals of our founding are beginning to decline. The crisis for which I describe extends far beyond our economy and the budget deficit and debt and all the stuff we hear on the news, but is in our everyday lives. Today we see more and more teenagers dropping out of school and turning their lives of crime, drugs, and alcoholism. We see more and more young people involved in drinking and drugs and underage sexual activity, which causes not only unwed births into poverty and deadly viruses, but stains our moral stability as a people. Many of those who are still in school suffer from a major sense of apathy and pessimism, meaning that they're lazy and don't want to work, that puts our very education in jeopardy. Young America, or many of us in Young America, has taken our focus off of the profound importance of education. We've dedicated much of our lives to the temporary convenience of the present. And we have truly forgotten the basic ideals that have made America the strongest, most powerful nation in all of human society. This is the very thing our founders sought to avoid as they led the framework for our country. If you or I dedicate our life to drinking, drugs, and violence, and all those other bad things, we are likely to be distracted from school and education, which could cause us to drop out of school, which could then lead us to not be able to get a good job or start a business, which could then lead to a dependency on welfare. And we will not be able to set a better example for ourselves, our families, and our friends, and not be contributors to society. In addition, many other countries around the world are outcompeting America in math, science, and high technology. China is predicted to have the world's strongest economy by the year 2016, which is only 5 years away. And they already have the highest educational achievement rates in contrast to what America used to have. This is how we find ourselves here today, because we have forgotten the Judeo-Christian exceptional foundation upon which our republic stands. The reason I'm here today is to inspire into each and every one of you here today the basic republic principles upon which our founding was established. 10, 20, 30, and 40 years down the road, our children should be able to inherit a society where people respect and value the things that encounter greatness, hope, and opportunity. And we should make it our top priority to advance as a moral people. This is what should define our culture as an American society. And now is the time to reaffirm this exceptional ideal. Now is the time to abandon the things that do us no great, like drinking and drugs and violence. Now is the time to get the best education that we can get and be successful in our lives. Now is the time to make America the most exceptional and greatest nation in the world again. Each of us as individuals must take full responsibility for our lives, work as hard as we can to be successful, and uphold the sacred principle of personal integrity. In leading a new beginning for our lives and for our republic, each of us must realize that no other person is responsible for what happens in our lives but each and every one of us. The decisions that you and I make today will determine where we get to go tomorrow. Individual responsibility is the most basic